Plant propagation is something that any gardener could do for themselves, and there's a lot of reasons why we want to propagate plants. Maybe we have some plants we want to keep and hold over winter, or maybe we have some plants that we need to fill in a particular corner in our garden. So many plants can be successfully propagated at home using just some very simple tools. Keep in mind that the softer the material, so a herbaceous cutting such as coleus or a geranium, are very easy to propagate, whereas when you get into more woody types of materials it might be a bit more difficult, but it is something to explore. One comment regarding these cuttings, though, is many of the items that we buy at the garden center are patented, so we want to make sure that if we're propagating things, it's for our own purposes and not for distribution. Now, we need a variety of items in order to be successful. Very simple to do. We can use some like a container in order to put some potting mix in, and the container size needs to be appropriate to what the cutting is going to be. So if it's a very small cutting, we can get by with a small container, but if it's going to be a larger woody shrub maybe that we're going to propagate, we need a larger pot. Now, I like to use potting soil that we get at the garden center because it's usually pre-pasteurized and ready to go, and we can just add water to it in order to get it ready. But some cuttings might do better with a better draining item, so perlite or a combination of perlite and vermiculite would work well. Now, keep in mind when we take a cutting, we've removed the roots, so we have this vegetation. In order, we need to keep the plant alive, so we've got to have a container that's closed. So I like to use these plastic shoe boxes or blanket chests, or they have propagators available at the garden center that you can use. And a simple way we can do that is also to use like a bag, like a 1 gallon Ziploc baggie. Now, to do cuttings, we want to take a tip cutting, so that's the very top of the plant, and we need to get in the area where we have what's called a node. That node is an area where cells can reproduce quite rapidly, and we'll get the roots in there. Now, when we take the cutting, we want the least amount of vegetation, but we need to make sure that the material is strong enough or is fully developed where it can go on and root. So we'll use some rooting hormone, which will help speed the whole process. Take the cutting, dip it in the hormone, and direct stick it right into our propagation media. And then we need to make sure and close it up into our airtight container. Now, this will take about 3 to 7 days before we start seeing root initials. Some things might take longer, some might be shorter. When we see the roots are developing, then we want to start opening the container a bit, and that way the roots can go on and fill out the pot, and the water will start moving through the plant itself. Plant propagation is something that we can do very easily at home. We could do it in our kitchen, we can put it in our sun porch or whatever. Just keep in mind that we want to do lowered light conditions until the plant starts getting the roots developed. And then we need to transition it slowly from the really protected environment till it is fully rooted and developed. The whole process is less than about 4 weeks.